Welcome to Life Combo. It's your girl Lady, and if you're new to this channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you're already part of the Life family, hey y'all, you know what to do. So I wanted to jump on here so that I could let you guys know that your girl is still around. She's still doing what she can do when she can do it. Now, I wanted to let you guys know that I will be consistently posting. Yes, you heard it right here. I will be posting consistently every Saturday. And it's just because of everything that I have going on in my life. It's been very difficult to get on a consistent basis with posting. And I got a lot to talk about. Everybody in my real life that knows me knows that your girl likes to engage and just like to have challenging conversations and really live life, not survive it. So, with that being said, I definitely want to make sure that I'm able to continue to be true to who I am and bring you guys the content that not only I want to see, yet the world is actually looking at. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of um, information about two programs that I do know about currently, um, and as well as just like a life update of what's happening with your girl right now. So, on this past Friday, I did find out that the Duke Energy Assistance Program, which they're calling LEAP, I guess Duke or LEAP for Duke, something like that. I did speak with a individual that works at the Department of Health and Human Services who did inform me of this program, and that they, I guess, just rolled it out. This program is not the same as the LEOP program that I spoke to you about at the beginning of the year. And you can definitely look through my content to pull up that video. So this particular program, from what information I was given, is available to the public, and you would just call and your local Department of Health and Human Services. I believe you can call Duke. I'm not 100% sure. I just don't remember if they did say it's better to call them, but I do know that calling your local Department of Health and Human Services to get the information about this particular program through Duke is definitely worth doing, because we all know that the temperatures are rising and bills are too. The next program is going to be the LEAP, well, the LEWAP, which is the water assistance program. And the LEWAP, they did get funds on July 1st. So if that's something that you're definitely needing assistance with, like a water bill, high water bill, things of that nature, I would definitely say reach out to your local water company, as well as reach out to your local Department of Health and Human Services so that you can get, that information. As far as what's been going on in my life, um, it's not being great. I'm happy to be here. I'm thankful that I am still able to do what I can do when I can do it. However, it's been very, very difficult and challenging. So, I recently, I don't know if y'all can see that, but my lip is spasming as I'm talking. Um, and I deal with spasms um, in my face, uh, shoulder, neck area, as well as my stomach. And it's not great. Very difficult to deal with sometimes, because it's very, very painful, and it can hinder and stop a lot. Just simple tasks as, just being able to wash your hands or brush your teeth. So yeah, a lot is controlled, by your muscles and your joints and things, and some of the stuff you don't even think about, because you're just so used to doing it. Yeah, it's things that I've had to specifically um, just look at and think about, more so in the last 3 months. Um, and you will see me looking down because I did write a little note. So I got diagnosed with a third type of vasculitis, and this vasculitis it's kind of similar to dermatology. It's like I think it's like I can't think of the word right now, but it's where uh, you wear like some type of clothing and the dye gets off on your skin, and it causes your skin to have, like some issues. But it's like it's a type of vasculitis that only affects the skin, and I can't think of what it's called right now. I don't know. My mind just why I'm on this video. However, pretty much it's been affecting like my chest area, the back of my neck area, and my arms area, like right up here, the areas that's mainly exposed to the sun. And I know what y'all probably thinking, girl, go put on some sunscreen, sit down. It ain't that type of party. I didn't grow up wearing sunscreen. It just wasn't something I had to have, and it will not change the outcome of what I currently have. I actually was seen at a board certified dermatologist in the last week, and what I have going on, in addition to the two vasculitis I already have that is uncurable and it affects my blood. This is where I'm at. So I am taking the steroid prednisone, which I do not care for. It just tastes so nasty. However, I'm on the tapered dose, so I take about 60 milligrams, and then it'll go down to 50 and 40 and 30, like that. So we're just monitoring everything at this point, because we were looking at some of the hives that were on my body became raised, and that is how my vasculitis began. And once they are raised, they usually open up and turn to blisters. And once they go to blisters, they go to ulcers. And I have a whole video on it, so you're welcome to go check out that content of like my health over the years. So the whole point was to keep it from getting there, because once it's there, it's nothing no one can do to help just minimize what I'm going to be going through. And it's a agonizing, intense, excruciating pain. And I cried a lot, and I still do cry a lot. And I mean, that's pretty much all you can do. No one can stop it, help it, change it. You're there. So I do everything that I can to try to stay calm and try not to get there, because not only does stress affect it, but stress also affects like my gut health, and just my overall me. And so anything I can do to be at peace or stay calm is what I do. And I do go to the extremes to do it, because nobody is living this other than me that I know of. This illness is one of those things that you're like, why does it even exist? It's one of those illnesses that are misdiagnosed. I'm thankful that I had a world-renowned dermatologist who has traveled all over the world, so was able to identify what was happening with me when I was going through what I was going through for over like 9 months. So needless to say, I had been to multiple doctors and hospitals and wasn't getting the information, and just kind of getting dismissed. And as a woman and a Black woman in America, you just deal with a lot. And you can tell when someone is not believing you, or they think you are a drug seeker. It's not great. And unfortunately, that is just the healthcare of the United States. But you got to roll with the punches. And that's what I do. And y'all know that your girl slurs sometime, and stuff come out right and then it come out wrong, but it comes out. So moving on. I recently found out that I was no longer disabled per the Social Security Administration in the United States. And although we all know that is not correct, I've had to go through about 3 different people just trying to figure out what is going on, why it's going on, and how we're going to get this corrected. And I've noticed that over the years, since before I was ever even disabled, I worked with disabled people. I worked with the homeless, and so I mean that's what I went to school for. And just even knowing people out in the world, and it seems like individuals that get Social Security income, which is SSI, versus individuals that get SSA, don't seem to be having those problems. Now, if you don't know what SSI is, it's just basically where you get Social Security income where you didn't pay into the system, you've not ever worked, or you didn't have enough credits to apply for Social Security. And so the monies that others have paid into the system, taxpayers as myself, would go towards helping you receive some type of award monthly from your state. Now, if you get SSA, that's where you actually had enough credits and that you paid into the system. So now you're just kind of getting your due back. And I'm one of those people. And it seems like just over the years, just watching people and talking to different people, it seems like the ones who actually worked, whether they were, working a job for 30 plus years, or they actually like were a veteran, and we know they have it really bad. The VA is just overwhelmed, and I definitely get it. I know individuals that work there, so it's like individuals that actually have followed the rules, and now they need to get some assistance, and it's like, oh, nah, you got to jump through this hoop, and we need this, and we need that, oh, and we need this. For someone who didn't, they're just like, oh, here you go, here's your check, here's the money, and it makes no sense. So that is what I've been doing, and it's been really difficult. It's been really hard because um, you're losing what income you have, and they make it very strict on how much you can have and what you can do. And then my health is not making it any better, and so life has just not been my best friend, I guess you can say. um, and I'm not giving up. I'm still pushing. I'm still gonna fight, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated in just my life. um, I was told that I will possibly have to go to a special driving school to get hand tools so that I can drive, just because of the swelling in my hands. My hands are usually not this big, but they're swollen. My feet, my ankles are swollen, and so needless to say, I can't drive. And it's just because of the pain and the pressure, and it's more predominantly on my right side, which is my driving side. Here in the United States, you know, um, most people drive with their right leg, right foot, I guess you could say, and I'm one of those people. And so I was like, even if I wanted to drive, I would not be able to. Well, guess what? Didn't even need to worry about that, because my SUV engine completely went out. And about 2 weeks before that, I got my sedan towed to a dealership to get a battery in it. And they took some parts off and did some diagnostics and realized that they had done it on the wrong vehicle. And then I picked the vehicle up, it wouldn't start, they had to jump it. Although I only got it towed there under an appointment to get a new battery. And although they realized their mess up, they're not willing to cover the damages and things that they caused, and sent me a $13,000 bill. And it was so crazy because I picked up the vehicle on that Wednesday, and immediately leaving the dealership after they jumped it because it would not start. And I was told that when you get a new battery in a car, the battery has to sync to the computer system. And I know that's true for newer cars, but this is a 2008. So for older cars, I just couldn't find any information that pointed to that. So needless to say, the tire light came on. I took it straight to the store to put some air in it, and the core valve popped completely out of the tire. And I took the tire back to Firestone because I got my tires from there, and they come with a road warranty. And they even realized that it looked like somebody had broke like the core valve off and then just tried to glue it back together because it was stuck in the top of the core valve. So that was the first issue. And then the second issue was I reached out to them to let them know, hey, I just picked up my car. This has happened and I've had to take the tire in. Well, needless to say, a day later, I got the tire. I was able to go back to the car because, again, we had to leave it at the store because this all happened at the store down the street from the dealership. So got the tire back on the car the next day after picking up a new tire from Firestone because they had to put a new core valve into the tire, and then brought the vehicle home to park. Well, tried to get on the highway to go to an appointment, and the vehicle was not doing good. So needless to say, went back home and just wanted to check the vehicle. Needless to say, wanted to check the vehicle and make sure everything was good, and I realized there was no coolant. So of course went to Walmart, got some coolant, put it in, let it sit, and then I had an appointment where it was going to sit for another hour. And so I did so, and it didn't change anything. It kept showing that the car was running hot as far as with the temperature gauge. So of course I reached out to the dealership to let them know, hey, now there's every light on the car that can possibly be on. The tire light, the seatbelt light, which it has not went off and just keeps dinging, dinging, dinging. And I know sometimes that happens with sensors, so I wasn't tripping the first time. It did it on that Wednesday. And so didn't think anything of it. However, it was still happening again. So of course I got to mention it, as well as the thermostat sensor is showing like it's at equal, yet then it'll go up to the hot and it'll come back down, but the thermostat light wasn't on. However, then it did come on, and in addition to that, the engine light came on, and the battery light with the red shocks on the side, that also came on. So I'm telling them what's going on, and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, we can't get you in for a week. So needless to say, now I have to get a wheelchair accessible van, or wheelchair accessible vehicle, or vehicle that can have the modifications that I need done to be able to get around, in addition to even finding such a vehicle. And it's like, I mean, what else could possibly happen? What else could possibly kind of go wrong? And then it's funny I would ask that because I've been looking to buy a house, and the property that I currently lease, it's like, hey, trying to move in 60 days. And it's like, what? It's the gall of these corporations and the things that they choose to and choose not to do. And so, yeah, I don't see the silver lining in anything right now. Yet, I mean, it's life, and you know your girl's going to take the good with the bad and keep rolling. And so that's what I'm going to do. So make sure you check out the videos that will be rolling out to you every Saturday. And that's all I have for you. I'll catch you in the next one.